Today on Fresno State Focus, the Fresno Mayoral Forum has wrapped up. We'll show you what the candidates had to say.
Plus, hear how one local artist was inspired to pursue a career in music. Fresno State Focus starts now. Hello and welcome to Fresno State Focus. I'm Brianna White.
And I'm Alex White. Fresno State's ASI held a mayoral forum on campus last night. Henry Perea and Lee Brand spoke about the issues facing Fresno and the changes they would make. Both candidates talked about improving safety on campus and the importance of working closely with President Joseph Castro and campus police.
Having the mayoral support in the efforts that ASI and Fresno State students are involved with in terms of making Fresno State and the surrounding area a much safer place for students and residents would be really awesome to have that kind of support.
Students engaged with the candidates and asked important questions to help improve their community. And as a bonus, there was free pizza and drinks. This year's women's conference was called #NoLimits.
The event was all about inspiring and empowering women. Reporter Nikki McCabe has one woman's experience at the conference.
There was plenty of energy at this year's Central California Women's Conference. Over 3,500 women walked through the Fresno Convention Center, exploring booths, networking, and grabbing free samples. This is Tyler Ward's first time attending the conference. She says connecting with other women around her boosts her self-esteem. Tyler, alongside other women, welcomed speaker Lisa Ling as she gave her keynote address. She shared personal stories and discussed issues women face today. Betsy Hayes says the conference has a long history of helping bring women together, but also giving back to women and children in need.
Over the 29-year history, the conference has donated $800,000 back into the community.
From the variety of sessions held, one session in particular caught Tyler's eye. Aisha Curry knows the importance of facing fears and taught it's possible to face everything and rise.
Being able to overcome that has really allowed me to be liberating and powerful, and I'm just having fun living life. And I just want to encourage other women to use their voice and to live in their power and to unleash it.
At the end of the day, it was time to cool down, enjoy some laughs, and reflect on what was learned.
Having confidence in myself and really don't limit myself to anything and always act on what I want to do.
The conference has been going on for 29 years and will continue on in its 30th anniversary for women across Central California. Continuing to reach higher, to live a life with no limits. Nikki McCabe, Fresno State Focus.
Next month, media, communication, and journalism students at Fresno State will have a chance to get a taste of what it would be like to be a professional in their field. TASTE stands for Take a Student to Eat and is an event that allows MCJ students to shadow professionals and then have lunch with them. Here to discuss the many opportunities this event offers is one of the TASTE organizers, Jose Diaz. Thank you for being here, Jose.
Thank you for having me.
Well, first, could you just talk a little bit about the event and the two parts that are associated with the event?
Right, so TASTE will take place on November 9, which is a Wednesday. It starts at 9 a.m. with students going to their mentor's place of employment, which for us would be, we're matching students with people from JSA, Jeffrey Scott Agency, JP Marketing. So we expect the students to be there at 9 a.m., looking professional, resume ready, job ready.
So once the students sign up, how exactly are they paired with a mentor?
We will handle the pairing process. Registration ends October 6th, so within the week after, we plan to do the whole registration, the whole matching, pairing, everything, and let students know through email who they will be visiting.
And this year, are there more mentors than there have been in the past?
Yes, this year, so far we have over 50 mentors. We're trying to get a lot more to accommodate more students.
And how many students typically sign up?
We usually have a lot of students in the media communication department sign up. Unfortunately, we can't take them all, but we're aiming to be able to accommodate at least 70 students or more.
And there's still room right now?
Yes, there is.
Great. And then why is this event so important to MCJ students? What opportunities come from this?
Throughout our time in MCJ, we pretty much learn how to do everything, what needs to be done. But there's a real difference that comes from actually seeing what it is, working with real people working in these industries. That's what we want to provide for students. We want to let them know what their profession is actually going to be, what they will be doing, and let them know whether or not they'll like it.
Do you have to reach out to mentors to get them to participate, or do a lot of them know of the event and they just love to do it? How exactly does that work?
We had several participate previous years who were happy to carry on this year. We did reach out to organizations, many of which have been amazing in their participation and wanting to help us out.
And then how many students have gotten jobs from this?
I'm not really sure the numbers to tell you for
But
sure.
there are students?
Yes, I've met several. I've worked with several actually who, one in particular, her name is Emily Castro. After TASE, she got an internship with the Jeffrey Scott Agency, who she is now actually working with full-time as an actual employee because of TASE.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
We've been talking with Jose Diaz, one of the TASE organizers. And a reminder that the deadline to sign up for this event is tomorrow, October 6th. Go to fresnoandfed.org to register.
The voter registration deadline in California is Monday, October 24th. And Fresno State students are getting involved as their professors continually remind them of the importance of the election. Political science majors that each class period serves as a constant reminder of approaching the deadline.
I have 3 political science teachers, and all of them keep reinforcing that the deadline's coming and how important it is, because especially this election has a lot of drama with it, and it's 2 completely different candidates, so it's really important.
While Fresno State professors are reminding their students, Hillary Clinton is doing the same. She has voter registration events going on all over the Midwest, including this one in Ohio.
Big times are back with the Big Fresno Fair. Gates open today at 11 a.m. Jason Derulo, The Offspring, and Gabriel Iglesias are some of the acts you can look forward to this year. Also, tonight at 7, Cole Swindle takes the stage. And of course, there's the horse racing and new fair food. The fair will continue through Sunday, October 16th.
Speaking of food, 2 best friends have opened up a creamery to give back to the community.
Reporter Grecia Sanchez tells you why the G in G's Creamery stands for friends and neighbors.
It all began with ice cream dates. Then it turned into homemade recipes.
Well, I started off with me and my wife going on a date, and I bought a bunch of ice cream equipment, a couple cookbooks, and all the ingredients to just make ice cream. It came out nice, and then we started doing it every so often as a date night or on the weekends, wherever. Didn't really think much of it. It started becoming better and better and better, and I would enjoy making it, my wife would too.
One thing led to another, and Gary introduced his ice cream to his best friend of 20 years.
The reasoning behind G's is that we wanted to bring something great to the community, kind of like a fun and friendly environment to hang out, a late open spot after dessert.
Gary and Felix wanted to bring back all natural ingredients to the community. G's Creamery is the only organic creamery located here in Fresno on West and Bullard. Frequent customer Allie has brought her friends to try G's Creamery, and this is what she had to say about her favorite ice cream flavor.
I keep getting the Java chip one because it's extra kind of light and almost icy, that one. I've had a few other flavors too, but that one's definitely my favorite. It's kind of smooth, and you can definitely tell that it's not just ordinary ice cream, not just made in a factory. It tastes different.
The letter G in G's Creamery is slang for neighbor and friend, and that's exactly how Gary and Felix treat their customers. Grecia Sanchez, Fresno State Focus.
You've probably heard the expression, every cloud has a silver lining, right?
We'll tell you about a local artist who found a silver lining that changed his life. Alexis Govea explains in entertainment news.
Success. At Fresno State, it's no secret. It's discovering new ways to change our world. It's creating opportunities as diverse as our community itself. It's in the distinction of our graduates as they lead us into the future. Success is no secret at Fresno State. It's our mission.
This is our Fresno State, forming relationships and learning experiences that last a lifetime, making friends who are like family, learning from professors who treat us like family, and earning a degree to make a better future for our family. Engaging our alumni generation by generation by generation. This is our Fresno State. Welcome to the family.
Welcome back. I'm Alexis Govea with Entertainment News. One member from Fresno's very own Love City movement was in town for the Summer Sweat Volume 4. Performer Brian Kay took the stage at Tioga Sequoia. He was one of 13 artists who played during the 7-hour festival. Other performers included Roberto Cobian, It'll Grow Back, Emerald Dupree, and much more. Be on the lookout for the next Summer Sweat in 2017. With hard work, patience, and consistency,
You know, in high school, my biggest dream, I guess, during that time was playing hoop, playing sports.
But then Z-Will got injured, discouraging his dreams to play basketball.
It just led to me moving back to my hometown, Fresno, and then meeting up with my brother and his friend, and they actually kind of like sparked everything for me to start making music.
It wasn't until 4 years ago that Z-Will decided to pursue a career in music. Since then, he has put in countless hours writing his own music, dedicating his time in the studio, and spending a lot of money to invest in his craft. Crash, a longtime friend, says Z-Will is one of the hardest workers he knows, a trait that makes him stand out.
Z-Will is a studio rat. Like, he's just non-stop working and trying to create something great, and sometimes forgets to have fun for herself sometimes.
Cam Cooks, Z-Will's brother, says Zoe has come a long way, and his message is to further and better the world.
He's an awesome person, just humble, always eager to learn, just all around, just a team player, man. It's just awesome to see a person like that just excel.
Z-Will says he and his music are constantly evolving, and Juke, his producer, challenges that growth.
Definitely a lot of behind the scenes as far as work, sleepless nights, fine-tuning details.
Z-Will says his ultimate goal is to continue making music, which he loves doing, keep his integrity, and be at a point where he is financially stable and able to not only help himself out, but help those who've helped him along the way. Is a collaborative EP titled Ill Mantra, which is set to be released on October 25th. You can stream it on Spotify and iTunes. For more information, you can visit illzwill.com or follow him on social media at illzwill. An exclusive listening session is also underway. Alex and Bree, when I was interviewing him, he was telling me about his passion for writing poetry and how that was another factor which began his music career. It's just so amazing to see how far he's come. I know this young man will continue to thrive.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely going to have to follow him on Spotify and put him on my workout playlist because his music is bumping.
Yeah, I hope we see him at the Fresno Fair someday. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Fresno State held a study abroad fair at the USU. Students received information about study abroad programs in different countries. One of the newest offerings is almost 10,000 miles away. It's in Tanzania, Africa, where students experience life in a village. Jason O got to experience what it was like living among the locals.
So my favorite part about this trip in Tanzania and Kumasi was being integrated with the community. And with that, we were integrated to the schools and the homes of all the villagers. The best part about this was creating this garden with all the school children.
Fresno State students interacted with the children in the village through songs, dances, and games. Fresno State students taught the children some English verbs and pronouns. If anyone is interested in taking part in this rewarding study abroad trip or any others, visit the Fresno State Study Abroad website.
The President's Commission on Human Relations and Equity hosted a forum for inclusion, respect, and equity. Students, faculty, and community members gathered in the Henry Madden Library to hear Dr. David Pilgrim give the keynote speech on identities and stereotypes. The theme of his message was Images of Separation. This focused on racial images that separate us as a society. Pilgrim showed many of the racist memorabilia that he collects in order to promote social justice and to teach tolerance. Fresno State student Sarah Hayes attended the forum last week. She joins us to talk about Dr. Pilgrim's speech and how it affected her. Thank you so much for being here, Sarah.
Thank you for having me.
Alrighty, so tell me a little bit about Dr. Pilgrim's speech.
Yeah, it was definitely a very eye-opening speech, just kind of in the title of just images of separation. That's what he really produced for the students, and just saw that just mundane, everyday items and just how they kind of produce and also just continued the separation throughout that time.
What kind of images did he provide?
Yeah, he provided everything from newspaper clippings down to just postcards that had very implicit and also to explicit images of racism, of sexism, of just everyday things that typically we see in our grocery stores and in gift shops and everything that we kind of do on a day-to-day basis. So it was definitely very enlightening because we tend to look at racism or sexism as these global things and these very big things, but he brought it down to a level for everyone to understand that it happens in our everyday lives.
Wow. And then how did what he presented, how did that compel you to take action?
Yeah, definitely. It was absolutely a great recharge on kind of the work that I do within the community, being a racial justice and social justice advocate. It definitely enlightened me to be able to see that just in everyday life what I can do to make our community better, that I don't have to do these great big gestures, that it's just the simple things of noticing just rather pictures or Instagram posts or different things on social media or newspapers that we can do to kind of help everyone come back together and bring that equity and equality back into our own communities.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Sarah. We've been talking with Sarah Hayes, a Fresno State psychology student. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
Still to come on Fresno State Focus, Hurricane Matthew in a state of emergency in Florida. Kaylee Hunt is up next with that in the Valley Forecast.
I'm all about that bass, about that bass. Don't tell 'em you ain't even gotta tell 'em. Because you
gonna do?
Kaylee Hunt with your forecast. Hurricane Matthew is bearing down on Florida, and experts expect it to reach a Category 4 by the time it gets to the East Coast. The hurricane has winds up to 125 miles an hour. Forecasters say it is headed towards the Bahamas, and they've issued hurricane warnings for part of Florida. Florida's governor has declared a state of emergency and is advising people on the East Coast to leave before they can. So far, 7 people have died in the state because of the storm. As you can see, Hurricane Matthew is currently right around here, hovering over Haiti. Now it's making its way towards Cuba. It's going to pass Cuba and get up towards Florida. You can already tell that Florida has a little bit of heavy rain. That's because the winds are pulling in the wind together, and then it's going to hit, Hurricane Matthew is going to hit up towards Florida, brushing against the coast of it. Now, as far as the national forecast, you can see that mostly the United States is having some small showers here and there, but overall the skies are pretty light and sunny. Looking at the California satellite, you can see that only the northern part of California is receiving some rain, and everything else is dry, sunny, and bright. Looking at our weather currently, you can see that it's a trend of 70s. It's been really cool this week. You can see that Merced is 76, Madera 76, Fresno 77. And for tonight's weather, you can see it's a little bit cooler. 46 for Madera, 50 for Fresno, and 46 for Mendota. Today's focus is temperatures of 77 is the high. Now the wind is 12 miles an hour and the humidity is 40%. Looking at the air quality, it is all good. Tulare is just moderate. And as far as the 7-day forecast, you can see that it is a high of 77, 49, and looking at this weekend, it gets a little bit warmer. And that is it. Back to you, Alex and Bree.
Thank you, Kaylee. Coming up, why one local man is taking the bull by the horns.
Stay tuned for sports with Ryan Smith.
I got the bulldog spirit up in my head.
Up in my head.
Up in my head.
I got that bulldog spirit. Up in my head. Up in my head to stay. I got that bulldog spirit. Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart. Got that bulldog spirit. Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart to stay. I got that bulldog spirit. Down in my toes. Down in my toes. Down in my toes. I got that bulldog spirit. Down in my toes. Hey. Down in my toes to stay. I got that bulldog spirit. Up in my head. Deep in my heart. Down in my toes. I got that bulldog spirit. All over me. All over me to stay. I got that bulldog spirit.
Deep in my heart.
Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart. I got that bulldog spirit.
Welcome back. I'm Ryan Smith, and this is Sports with Ryan. Sports fans around the world are saddened by the recent loss of a great athlete. Iconic golfer Arnold Palmer died last week at the age of 87. Even if you are not familiar with the golfing world, the name Arnold Palmer still rings a bell. He has 62 titles to his name, including 7 major championships. However, Palmer is not only known for being one of the best golfers to have ever played the game, but he is known for his famous drink that consists of half tea and half lemonade. Palmer will always be remembered as a charismatic player who changed the game of golf forever. The Fresno State women's soccer team has 6 wins under their belt and will continue conference play at Utah this Friday. Joining us now to talk about the team and their goals for this season is junior defender Alyssa Pham. Thank you so much for joining us, Alyssa.
Thank you for having me.
So you guys are coming off of a big win against New Mexico last Sunday. How do you feel as you continue conference play?
We feel really good right now. We have been polishing up all of our details for our games this weekend and stuff, so we're looking to play pretty well this weekend because we're on a roll now and we're still unbeaten at home, which is awesome, so hopefully we keep that going.
That's awesome. You guys have used all 3 goalies so far this season, and all 3 of them have at least 1 shutout. How important are they to your team?
They are so crucial to our team. Our goalies save our butts sometimes. They are just amazing people and players on the field. They always have our back, especially playing defense. We just know that we can trust our goalie when we need to, and we can pass the ball back to them when we need to. So we don't usually freak out when we're in trouble because we know they're one line behind us.
Last year you played forward, and this year you are a starting defender. How was making that transition for you?
It was different. Going from the attacking mindset to the defending mindset was interesting, but I'm slowly starting to get the hang of it, and I'm getting used to being the back line and making sure I have my players' backs and helping them out as much as I can so we can get into the offensive attack again.
I bet that was a different transition. Thank you so much, Alyssa.
Thank you.
We've been talking with Fresno State defender Alyssa Pham. Good luck to the whole soccer team on Friday and throughout the rest of their season. If you think your job is tough, think again. One local man is in the business of risking his life for others every time he steps inside of the arena. I had the opportunity to talk with him and discuss his daring job. This is 2,400 pounds of bucking bull, and this is Fresno's own Brandon Parker. Parker is a professional bullfighter.
My job as a bullfighter is to protect the bull rider when he comes off the bull, whether it's before or after the second whistle. So if he falls off, my job is to either step in between him and the bull or just distract the bull so he can get away safe.
That's Julio Garcia, who Parker just saved. Bull rider Sean Peterson says fighters like Parker make his job riding bulls possible, and he's grateful.
They mean a lot because they're pretty much like our safety. If we get in a bad spot, they're the only guys that are there to help us out. Otherwise, it's just us and the bull.
I'm standing here in some of the protective gear that Brandon Parker uses himself when fighting bulls. This is the chute that the bulls come out of, and as soon as the cowboys nod their head and ride, it's Brandon's job to protect them. Jumping in front of such large animal might be scary for some, but for Parker, it's a passion.
There's no other rush, really, no other feeling than making a save and knowing that you let that guy go on to the next rodeo and he's safe and going on.
First-time rodeo fan Kelsey Cotta enjoyed watching the bull riding event.
The bullfighters dove in there without even thinking about it and risked himself for someone didn't even know.
Parker sees himself as a role model for young children who watch him at rodeos, and he could not be happier signing autographs for every one of them when he's not putting himself in danger to save others. The event was filled with many competitors who tried their best to ride their bull. However, there was only one winner. Sean Peterson was the only cowboy to make a qualified ride, and he took home all of the prize money that was up for grabs.
Next week on Fresno State Focus, we'll tell you how Fresno State is more than just a school to one family.
Plus, how one Fresno State wrestling is going to make a comeback after 10 years.
Also, an inside look at the busy life of Fresno State's most lovable dog.
Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week.